Now, there's been a disturbing video that has come to light. A Rath Yatra, the procession that was taking place in Toronto, in Canada, turned tense after unknown individuals hurled eggs at the devotees, sparking widespread outrage. Now, this incident came to light when a social media user posted a video showing the devotees singing and chanting devotional songs on the streets of Toronto when someone from a nearby building threw eggs at them. Now, the Indian government has since raised the issue with Canada and has been demanding that those responsible be held accountable. The External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Ranveer Jaiswal has condemned the act, calling it as despicable and regrettable as well. The entire episode that was shared by a devotee there when eggs were being hurled at the Rath Yatra that was being conducted. Now, this is, however, there's been the formal response that has now come in from the government of India over this incident, and it goes on to say that in response to media queries regarding an incident during the Rath Yatra procession in Toronto in Canada, this is what Ranveer Jaiswal says, that we have seen reports regarding disruption created by mischievous elements during the Rath Yatra procession in Toronto, and such despicable acts are regrettable and are against the spirit of the festival, which seeks to promote unity, inclusivity and social harmony. We have strongly taken up the matter with the Canadian authorities and to hold the perpetrators of the act as accountable. We hope that the Canadian government will take necessary action to protect the religious rights of the people as well. In the meantime, as far as the videos that have been shared of what exactly happened on the streets of Toronto when this act happened, let's take a look. Well, Shinjoy is connected with us. Shinjoy, not happening for the first time, but this time we are hoping that there would be accountability, that the perpetrators would be held, as far as this is something that the Indian government has asked the Canadian authorities to do.
In diplomatese, the word despicable is very rarely used. And when the word despicable is used, it shows how outraged the person is. And in this case, the country is, or the government is. And the Indian government is absolutely outraged because there was hope that with Justin Trudeau no longer being Prime Minister, and Prime Minister Carney being a very sensible and experienced Prime Minister and leader, these things would not happen. But it has. And this is why there is even more surprise, which is also one reason why India hopes that with a new leader, with a largely new government, there will be at least some accountability, and some people who are responsible for this act, which the Indian government says is despicable, will actually be arrested and punished. Now, whether that happens or not, we don't know as yet, but that's at least a hope that this new Canadian government will actually do something about it. Because India had hoped that Indo-Canadian ties had actually turned a corner after Justin Trudeau had finished his term.
Well, if Kane wants to mend ties with India, because this is coming at a time when the issue came to light after a social media user uploaded a video showing devotees singing and chanting devotional songs on the streets of Toronto when someone from a nearby building threw eggs at them. Let's, in the meantime, also talk about the former Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik, who has also condemned this incident in Canada, where he has expressed deep disturbance over the attack, stating that such incidents grievously hurt the sentiments and caused deep anguish to the people of Odisha. Sharing pictures of the incident on the social media platform X, Naveen Patnaik has called on the Ministry of External Affairs to lodge a strong protest. He has further urged both the state and the central governments to take the matter seriously and to ensure that those responsible are held accountable. Let's, in the meantime, take a look exactly when it comes to the issues that has now been raised by Naveen Patnaik himself, where he says that he's deeply disturbed to know about the reports of eggs being hurled at devotees during the Rath Yatra celebrations in Toronto, Canada. Such incidents are not only grievously hurting the sentiments of Lord Jagannath's devotees worldwide, but also causing deep anguish to the people of Odisha, for whom this festival holds profound emotional and cultural significance as well. If these media reports are accurate, the Odisha government should take the matter seriously and urge the Ministry of External Affairs to register a strong protest with the Canadian authorities. Well, Shinjoy, well, that has been the point, and the request and the appeal that is now also coming in from the former Odisha Chief Minister.
Undoubtedly, he would be very hurt because the people of Odisha, for whom this Jagannath is such an important event, will be very upset by what has happened. Now, as I was saying, you have a new Prime Minister. He's a very experienced man, very able administrator. He was governor of the Bank of Canada, the governor of the Bank of England. He's the new Prime Minister. He's seen as a very sensible man. Surely, India will expect positive action on this, because the general belief in not only between Indians and Canadians, but many diplomats all over the world believe that Indo-Canadian ties had turned a corner. And if that was so, then definitely you would expect some serious action against the people who were responsible for this. Some examples have to be made, and some punishment has to be meted out, because here are people who are very upset. This is an innocent religious procession, and you throw eggs at it.
Well, that's the point. An example that needs to be set. We take a look at this video again that has been shared by the devotee, attributing to the incident to racism in Canada, saying that he is left her feeling hurt. But however, such kind of acts were unable to stop the procession. Well, Mr. Fabian is connected with us. Good morning to you, Mr. Fabian. Now, do you believe that this has been a strong protest that has been launched by India, calling the incident as despicable and asking that the perpetrators be taken to justice as far as these mischievous elements are concerned?
Good morning to you. Well, let me put it this way. Khalistanis have done it, and the same Khalistanis had thrown eggs at me and beaten me way back in 1983-84. Now, when the Rath Yatra was taking place, it should have been obvious, I repeat, obvious to the RCMP that such attacks might take place. So the RCMP should have taken appropriate action, which they have not done. And it is good, it's correct that India has protested strongly, but let us see what Canada will do.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Fabian, for joining in. While waiting to see exactly what would be done by the Canadian authorities, if an example would be set, not happening for the first time as far as when it comes to India's religious centers, be it temples, be it other, as far as institutions are concerned. And now even Rath Yatra has now come under attack, has been targeted in Canada. Let's in the meantime